My name's Chisenga. I'm a member of parliament from Zambia in the northern part in Luapula province, and I'm 34 years old. I started my political journey back in 2016 when I wanted to aspire as a member of parliament. Of course, you know, in the African tradition, it comes with a lot of feelings and emotions within the family, and you sort of like have to discuss it with your family. At that time, of course, you know, I was young. I was not independent of myself. I was living with my parents, and it was something that needed to be discussed with them, and especially that most of my financial help had to come from my siblings and my family. It was in that year that I started doing a bit of works. Of course, it was a bit difficult because my family just didn't instantly accept that. They asked me to go back to school to go and do my law. So the agreement with my family was that after I finished my degree, I could now get into the political atmosphere full force to do now what I really wanted, because now the campaigns were coming in, the elections were now coming in 2021. 2021, now this is the time for campaigns. And this is Jean. She's the only female. She's actually the youngest. And now she's aspiring with 6 old men. I must say it was not very easy. First of all, being young, that meant that the men thought I could not really contest at the same platform with them. Just the fact that I was competing with men and there was no lady with me, it meant that there was a lot of bullying. It be physical, it be the cyber one, it was there. So of course I was called all sorts of names, you know, the names that comes with the shaming of women, you are a prostitute and all those things. And then, you know, of course, the financial challenges. In my country, when you are standing on a particular party, you expect to be funded. But of course, the monies that you receive from your party is not as much. Yeah, so of course, I was given a few resources here and there, and my family chipped in. But of course, it's never enough. And then you don't even quite access the media spaces in terms of the television, the radios, because you don't really have the monies to take to the radios to feature on certain programs, just to speak to the people and all those things. So, well, the journey was not easy. So basically, being a young politician, it's not easy. I can just say it is the drive that you have that will keep you pushing and going ahead. Because I'll tell you that even after getting into parliament, it still hasn't been easy. Being the youngest again, I still face bullying. I still face those unnecessary comments from the old men, even the old women, unfortunately. But we are still here trying to push, and our elections in Zambia are coming in 2026 in August. And you must take note that I'm an opposition member of parliament, so even after winning these elections, it has not been easy. So one of the things that I've decided is to take defensive mode. I'm sure earlier on you heard that I had alluded to the fact that when women understand what they want, they will definitely do better than men. And that is the reason why I actually did better than those 6 men that I talked about initially. Let me take this opportunity to also thank IDEA for bringing us together here in Malawi, Lilongwe, where I personally have met young women from different walks of life. Malawi, Namibia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, a lot of different countries are gathered here. And I must tell you that I'm really inspired. And this is my first time attending this really great event. One important thing here that we note is the exchange of ideas. For the fact that I don't live in Malawi, I really don't know what really happens in Malawi, except maybe the things that I read about. So having me sit with someone from Malawi helps me to understand what are they doing, what is their drive, what is it that their country does, maybe to support them, so that as a young person they can run through the processes of being a participant in the political spaces. So I think this has been a great opportunity for me, and I really hope we can have such more events. I've learned about how to communicate, I've learned about how to position yourself, I've learned about how to overcome the many challenges that we face during the pre and post elections, basically. Basically, what are you doing to improve yourself? Because for me, even as I talk about returning, there are a lot of things that I've learned within the workshop, because there's probably a certain strategy that I used in 2021 that I should be able to enhance or maybe change the strategy for 2026, because times will not be the same, really. This is a great opportunity that you've offered to us as young women. And then we've also had an opportunity to inspire each other. It's unfortunate I'm the only young female parliamentarian who's here, but there is a lot of dynamics in there, and everyone just has different things going on. It doesn't matter if it's a councillor, if it's someone in the NGO world. There is a lot of things that we've discussed, and we are really inspiring each other. At the first day, I didn't think I would make friends, and I like to be observant. I don't talk a lot at the first, but I couldn't believe I was associating with everyone at the first day. And by the way, I'm coming out of here as a Malawian because everyone is saying, oh, she's from Malawi. So I think this has been very exciting, very, very exciting. And I look forward to an event like this one again.